Today I got to work on this perfectly cooked carne asada CORSO. He's a bit nervous and older, so first I leave him right here and give him some good pets. Then I'll start out with something simple like cleaning the ears. He was so chill he let me grind his nails as well. Now a nice easy ramp into the tub. I also had to brush his teeth, which is definitely not easy. But just like with myself, you only have to brush him about once a week. Then the owners wanted a flea bath, so I start off with a spray from the neck down. Then a good flea shampoo mixed with water, and you do this all on a dry coat. Not forgetting all the little crevices. You want the shampoo and spray to sit for 10 minutes, and they also wanted a de-shed, so it worked out because I brushed for 10 minutes. The flea shampoo also helps get them clean, so we're not wasting any time. And you can see how much hair he's losing. Then I'll go for a rinse down. Now I'll do the blueberry facial. Then rinse that all down. Quick towel dry. Now onto the power dryer, get all those flaps nice and fresh. He's just a good boy with everything. He's already used to it. Doesn't mean he has to like it though. Now once he's all dry, I'll use that rubber curry brush again with an avocado mist. He's shedding a ton like I expected, so I'll switch over to a de-shed brush. Brush him with this one for a good 10 minutes. And after this one, sometimes I like to use a stiff rubber curry brush just to finish it off. Get those extra loose hairs, and now we'll sweep it all up. Wipe off some slobber he somehow got on his head. Give him a nice fresh bandana. Check out his nice, clean, healthy, shiny coat. No crazy hair coming out, and he's all ready to go home. Today I got to work on this Irish wolfhound named Hagrid. Super tall, strong breed, and not one we see too often. And he definitely didn't make it easy on me getting in the tub, and even left me some surprises beforehand. He would walk up to it just fine, but right before he stepped in, he would just start pulling away and going crazy. Then he also kept trying to bite the lead, and thankfully he wasn't able to get loose. Last thing I want is a wolf killer to be running loose around the shop. So I end up just kind of getting behind him and using my body weight, slightly lifting him up, and I get him in okay. He calms down for the most part, so I start off with that blueberry facial, get that shampoo rolling in, and rolling in again because he's so big. Now I'll get him brushed up from head to paw for a few minutes. That helps work that product in and get any tangles out. Pick out those eye boogers by hand. And of course he doesn't want to stand for me, so I just kind of put my leg under there while I'm brushing him. He goes in and fakes a kiss, but maybe later. Now I'll give him a good rinse down with a quick towel dry, then onto the power dryer. He actually does really good for this, and I was surprised. I thought he was going to start freaking out. He's actually a real good boy. Now I start to run out of time, so I get Azel to help me brush him after he's dry. At this point, he actually seems to be enjoying himself a little bit. Then he does the unthinkable and gives Azel a kiss after faking me out earlier. Anyways, back to brushing, and we actually get quite a bit of loose dead hair out. I think he just feels bad for me, so he gives me a little kiss. More of a get away from me kiss though. And he's got quite a bit of mats on his face and snout, so I use the dematador to get those out. Then I follow through with a metal comb just to make sure I got everything out. All the tangles and gunk and all that. Quick nail grinding, and then we'll get his cheeks cleaned up a little bit. Now he's looking all fresh and happy. Here's a before picture of how scruffy he looked. Now after, and we'll check out his nice, clean, healthy, shiny coat. No crazy hair coming out, and he's all ready to go home. A while back, I worked on this little puppy, Tess. She was the puppy that was found in a box with all her siblings. It's been a few months, so let's see how she's grown. She's still got that slight little bunny hop. Then this is how she looked in one of our tubs. Now I'd say she's probably about doubled in size, maybe a little bit more. Now onto her bath. Start off with that blueberry facial, get that shampoo rolling in. She used to be about 1 brush big, now she's about 3. Now get her scrubbed up nice and good for a few minutes, removing any of that loose dead undercoat. Now a good quick rinse down. Then you can see she still loves her little towel cuddles. Now this time around I'll use a little baby happy hoodie. She already looks traumatized from being dried. She did really good for it though, but I also kept it real short. Now I'll get her brushed up for a couple minutes, but she's not really losing much hair. Probably wishing she could be done already. Then if you remember, the bow when I first washed her was too heavy so she could barely move. Then I took it off and she started going crazy and running around. Now I'll get her a good old bow again. This time around she's strong enough to run around with it. Do her best to stay away from me at this point. Now I'll check out her nice, clean, healthy, shiny coat. No crazy hair coming out. She's all ready to go home. Today I got to work on my little Xolo, Persephone. This is her a few months ago on her first video. Such a little monster, and she's only gotten worse. She's gotten a bit of a hairy back too, but some girls got that, that's alright. And if you just look at her tail, you would never know she was hairless. Now I'll get her to pose in the tub, and that took a while because she just kept trying to run out. Give her a quick rinse down, then she licks the water off my arm. Now I'll get that shampoo, body wash, whatever you want to call it, rolling in. Then somebody walks up, and she gets real protective of her daddy.
Be nice to me, friend.
Now a quick rinse down, which she hated. Then a towel dry and a little kiss. Then 2 seconds later, when she was all dry, I had to get all that towel lint off. I don't usually have that problem with any other type of dog. Now I'm going to get her all moisturized and nice and fresh, all the while she's looking and listening for any danger. Whenever I have Pinky, my other Xolo, she feels a lot safer with him. But today it's just her, so I think she's feeling a little more on edge. Now, of course, no brushing required, so we'll get her a nice bow. Oil her up with some almond oil and check out her nice, clean, healthy skin. Some crazy hair sticking out, and she's all ready to go home. Today I got to work on this dog named Bailey. And she's not real big, but she doesn't like being picked up. Last time I tried that, she gave me a little love bite. That's where my groomer's best walk-in tub comes in handy. No need to use the ramp with this one. And before we start the bath, I'll get her ears nice and clean, then I'll get a good rinse down. Start off with that blueberry facial, get that shampoo rolling in. I'll put some conditioner right on top for a good de-shed. Then I'll brush her from head to paw, and she looks at the camera like, get me out of here. And see all that hair already coming out, and that might be the longest dog tongue I've ever seen. I'll continue this process for a good 10 minutes, spreading that brushing around as much as possible. Now a good rinse down with a quick towel dry, then I'll get her on the power dryer. She's good for this and pretty much everything. As long as I don't make any quick reaching movements towards her, she's pretty chill. Now once she's dry, I'll use a conditioning spray, get that rubbed in. Then I'm going to brush for another 10 minutes, but this time with a de-shed brush. She actually seems to be enjoying this quite a bit, even tucking her head into my chest, then giving me her paw and letting me give her some scratches, and so kindly let me brush her belly. Now I'll get all that hair swept up and show you how much we got. She looks pretty good with a full head of hair. Now I almost forgot her nails. I definitely have to muzzle her for this one just in case. She's not a fan of those nails, but the muzzle helps her chill out. Now a good bandana and check out her nice, clean, healthy, shiny coat. No crazy hair coming out. She's all ready to go home. Today I got to work on this big small boy, and I'll be washing him in one of our available self-wash tubs. These are available every day, walk-in only from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Ramp available upon request. Before I start, I just got to grab his cheek fat. Then I'll go in for that rinse down, shampoo included. Start off with that blueberry facial, get a little more shampoo. Then we have these bath brushes, and these are available for anybody as well. Get them scrubbed up from head to paw in just the right spots. You can see how well they work sudsing up and getting all that hair out. Much better than just my hands would do. You can add more shampoo as needed. It comes right out with the water. Now we'll get them rinsed down really good, quick towel dry. Now I'll use the attached power dryer. He was pretty good for it, but still got a little bit freaked out. That's why we have happy hoodies for any size pup. Helps them stay a bit more calm. Super low platform so they can jump right out. Then I'll sanitize for the next doggy. And I'm going to take him to do some extra brushing here at the shop. Obviously he's enjoying himself, maybe a little bit too much. Because as I start to get his belly, he starts to pee everywhere. Then I got to pick him up real quick and put a towel and just leave it there. Now what happens is I keep brushing him, and then if he gets too excited, he starts to pee. I think it just feels so good and he just starts to fall over like that. So I almost have to do my brushing in little 20-second increments, or else he starts to get too relaxed and just falls right over. You can see him start to do it right here again. He also wasn't a fan of his tail being brushed, but we got through it okay. One final brush through with the stiff rubber curry brush. Now get him a nice bandana before he goes home. Check out his nice, clean, healthy, shiny coat. No crazy hair coming out. He's all ready to go home. Today, one of my groomers got to work on this little baby leopard, but she started out as just a little puggy. No spots or anything yet, so she pulls up a reference picture and gets started. Now, we don't do coloring too often, but sometimes people will request it, and Hazel will normally be the one that works on them. This pug is actually owned by our other groomer here, Ivan, so she knows us here really well, so she sits for most of it. Except maybe right there. And that's good because if a dog was super jumpy, I don't think this would be possible. She's so chill, she's almost just falling asleep. The paint job itself probably took about an hour and a half, I'd say. And most of the time she was just staring at her dad working right there. Once it's done, a good quick bath and rinse down. Little towel dry and then the power dryer to get her nice and fluffy and dry. Then just a few minutes of brushing. Help remove any loose dead hair and undercoat. Now a good moisturizer and shine. Then we'll show you guys the before and then now the after. Looking like a real-life baby leopard. She's still staring at her dad like, where's he going without me? Then while she's getting her bow, you can see her tail wagging and all excited. She probably knows she's about to go home. Now we'll check out her nice, clean, healthy, shiny leopard coat. And she's all ready to go home.